Hey y'all, it's me, Morgana, and welcome to uh wait a minute. Welcome to episode uh I actually don't know what episode this is because I'm bulk recording, but this is year 314, 315. So this is the first year of the famine. And that's not where I meant to go. We're getting started with everything I said I would do in 314, which was go ahead and get our crops handled and everything. So Matilda's gone to the garden to try to snag what little crops she can get since the famine has now reached Henford on Bagley. And Alice is on her way to sell the chicken and the cow, much to her sadness. So, yeah, so she's going to sell that, go ahead and give it one last clean. At 50, and I think the cow gets us 300. And yeah, so in the previous episode, I believe, I'm not sure if I'm going to edit this, I'm just going to say this is what happened, but Agnes came rushing over in the middle of the night and was like, I heard that there is a terrible, terrible famine sweeping the land. It took out so many people in Willow Creek, so many people in Windenburg, and it's most likely going to touch us here in Hanford on Bagley. There's so many people that rely on their crops for food and money and everything, and animals and crops are dying, and it's just really rough. And she knows Matilda, if William were around, it might have been a little bit easier on her, but since William is no longer with us, this entire situation is far more difficult than it would have been. So they went ahead and harvested all that they could now that the famine is upon us. And they're just doing their best at the moment. So Alice is they're probably really going to be relying a lot on Alice's fishing if she can do it. So yes, so we have a little bit of milk left. We'll just go ahead and store it. We have some honey. We mostly have, we didn't really plant much. We just have a lot of strawberries, a lot of garlic, and a lot of parsley. So we'll be able to make a good bit of soup and, I don't know, something with the strawberries. Didn't you sell this? Okay, it's has like sleeping guys in it, but nobody's in there. Yeah, she sold everything. She's talking to her siblings. It seems like the little ones, though, that was so cute. It seems like the little ones and the entire house have pretty much gotten over. Oh, she's starting to feel a lot more tense being alone with Matilda now. But yes, everyone's finished mourning. They've all kind of finished their mourning period. It's been 2 years at this point, so that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, everybody's just relaxing, and while Matilda gets the garden, I don't know, undone. I was going to say prepped, but this is not prepping anything, actually. Go about this entire situation, because here's the thing. We can only eat once a day. Let me come look at these rules real quick so I can list it so we all are on the same page. Year 315 through 317. I'm just going to read off don't water. I'm just going to set her up to do more uprooting so I can read. I thought I paused the recording for a second. I got really sad. I don't remember what I clicked on anymore. Okay. This says, first off, it gives a little bit of a history overview of the Great Famine. So the Great Famine of 1315 through 1317 was the first of a series of large-scale crises that struck Europe early in the 14th century. Most of Europe was affected. Crop failures were not the only problem. Cattle disease caused sheep and cattle numbers to fall as much as 80%. The period was marked by extreme levels of crime, disease, mass death, and even cannibalism and infanticide. Historians debate the toll, but it's estimated that 10 to 25% of the population of many cities and towns died. So, according to the rules, during this time period, I cannot grow any crops, which is why I'm uprooting everything we planted. And I planted it because I knew that the famine was coming. It makes sense in my brain for these guys to go ahead and plant it because they don't know. Like, they planted this like 3 months ago. They didn't know. But anyways, you must sell all of your livestock if you have any, since you can no longer feed or take care of them for simoleons or ingredients. I thought about selling them for ingredients, but I just went ahead and sold them for simoleons. Food is scarce, so now you can only feed your Sims 1 meal a day. This is going to be the most difficult part because everyone else, if I get them in the middle ground, I'll be okay. Kind of. But Matilda, because she's breastfeeding, she gets hungrier so much quicker. Every time she breastfeeds, her hunger goes down a lot. So I'm glad that she's at least not pregnant during all this, because she definitely would have starved to death. My Sims can drink as much water as they want, though, so that's great. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but they can. In 1317, so 1317 is a while away. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So next Thursday, I believe, is the end of 1317. And on that day, I will roll a d8 for each of my Sims. Even I don't have any side households, but each of my Sims to see who lives and who dies. And if they roll a 3 or a 7 out of that d8, they die of starvation. I want there to be continuity in my world, so I did take the time to go into some of the other worlds. Willow Creek, Oasis Spring, and Windenburg are the only other worlds I have citizens in, I guess, Sims in. And I did do the whole roll a d8 kill people off thing, except for I'm not doing that for upper middle class, noble, and royal families, because they would most definitely have access to food. Like, even if it's not as much food as they're used to, they're still going to be eating enough to survive. You know, it's mostly going to be the peasant class that die of It's mostly going to be the peasant class that die of starvation in this situation. So that being said, I did start in Henford on Bagley. I'm just going to do it little by little. So I did 2 families. In one family, the Gees, which is not Agnes. Are they here? Yes, Roger and Margaret Gee. I did their family. Every single one of them survived, and they have like 4 kids. Both of them surviving their kids. This blonde girl, Julian, her eldest son and her youngest son died, but their middle son is still alive. So we've already had some loss in the village, and I haven't touched anyone else. Also, Mary's a teenager now. I guess I can kind of show y'all. She aged up at the end of the last episode. She's super cute. I have teen marriage on, so if she does get married, there's a chance that she'll just leave the household, but there's also a chance that maybe she ends up pregnant and not married, and there's also a chance that she doesn't do either one of those things. Who knows? I'm not in control of her. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Alice, her want is gone, but she wanted to hang out with Roger, so I think that's what she's gonna do, just to kind of pass the time. Well, before we do all that, I do want to go ahead and get this settled. So I'll be back when the garden is done being uprooted, because it's going to take a while. Okay, so I know that I did say we were most likely going to be relying on pantry foods, but I don't trust them to not just go pick up more than 1 meal a day. So we're actually going to attempt making meals. She's in a pretty good mood right now, so I think she'll be okay. Yeah, because now that William is gone, and there's exactly 4 people at the moment who eat actual food, I can just make a set of 4 soups. Alice, can you finish doing this for me, please? Thank you. You took a bathroom break, and that's okay. You're allowed. So I think Matilda's going to be fine for now. Don't really think, yeah, she was in a good enough mood where that wasn't an issue. So I'm gonna have her eat. I'm gonna have her pee, and then everybody can can grab something to eat. Did you not? Girl, can you finish your chores? You can eat. I just need you to like, and listen, the later you eat, the better it'll be for you, actually. All right, everybody's eaten. So just in case they try to grab, I'm gonna put it in Pascal's inventory because he can't eat it. Because there's 4 left, and we'll just whip it out tomorrow instead of just wasting it and throwing it away. Okay, Alice actually has a hurt sentiment now. Matilda's been very like not mean interactions, but she's been very mischievous towards her. So I guess very passive aggressive. Alice is just Alice is definitely trying to stay around and stay positive for her siblings, but I can definitely see her like marrying Robert as soon as she became of age just to kind of get out the house at this point. Truly hate this for her, but this might just be what happens. All right, they're eating their first meal of the day really early, but they were all like really hungry at 9 a.m. So I think my whole thing about the like shelf safe foods just not being very filling for long still stands. So I was gonna have her maybe attempt some soup, but she was in such a terrible mood. I didn't even want to even go there and have to waste the money replacing the stove and everything. Just I'd rather just do this. So they're gonna be living off of bread and cheese for a while. And you wanted to go hang out with Robert, and we're doing quite literally nothing. And this is the last day of 315, so I probably will play the entire 3-year period of the famine in this one episode. So you wanted to hang out with Robert earlier, so the 2 of y'all can link up. She also wants to befriend the Lord. I don't know, maybe she's thinking like if she befriends him, he'll be able to help out with the famine / money problems or something like that. That's not true, but you know, maybe that's what she's thinking. We're gonna come to the Shearer household just because it seems a bit less chaotic, or maybe equally as chaotic. It's certainly less sad. Y'all should probably step inside away from the rain, huh? Look, you have a nice bench. Are you two about to woohoo right now? I've actually never seen y'all do this. I've never seen Sims just go and do it on their own by themselves like this when they're not in my household. I'm not complaining, but I do think it's interesting. No! Okay, I thought they stopped. Well, it's really awkward when your friend comes to visit and your parents are getting busy. Oh, they didn't even do it. They must have looked through the window. I think they looked through this window and said, "Oh, we have a guest. Let's not." Sorry, didn't mean to ruin that for you. She's like, "I'm gonna go take a bath. Why is your bath purple?" Anyways, she's like, "I'm gonna just go relax in the bath." Sorry, looks like Alice kind of blocked them, stopped them from doing what they wished. I don't think his sister really wants to talk to you, but you can definitely say hi. Okay, so she's been wanting to talk to this Lord Philip guy for a while. And yeah, he only has daughters. He doesn't have any sons, which is really interesting. Where's the front door? I actually don't know which one's the front door. Is this one? No, that's a llama in there. We're gonna pretend that the llama's not there. But is it this one? Which one is it? I saw it, then I clicked off of it. This one, okay. So knock on the door. It's raining really heavily, but this is really important to her. I think I don't know, she's hoping for the best. I don't know what outcome she thinks she's gonna get out of this, but she wants to befriend the Lord. This Lord is a bit of a shut-in. His wife comes over and like talks to the people pretty frequently, but he does not. Did you knock on the barn door? Where are you? Didn't I see you in this house? Whatever, let me find him. Is he not here? That's his other daughter. Where is he? Is he legitimately not here? Wait a second. Yeah, this isn't, he's not even here. Well, guess you should go home. We're just gonna head back home then, because there's no reason for us to be here. But I guess while we're here, look at the Lord's estate. Um, this is where the Lord lives. This is where like the babies are raised and brought up and everything. These two are crying. We're gonna imagine that there's like a nanny or somebody around. I don't know if nannies were a thing in the 1300s for nobles, but nobles and lords, but I'm gonna say there was. There's the kitchens, a bedroom with a bed. So it's like a cow shed, another shed, another place with a bed, and a like greenhouse observatory area. They're farming chickens, more farming stuff over here. They probably have room for a horse if they really wanted it. Oh well. You're gonna go home because no one's here for you. Oh, she's playing in the rain. That's so sweet. You're gonna have to play in the rain in your own house though. I'm gonna just do some of their whims because we clearly have time. So what I'm going to do is have you wanted to talk to Alice, so come talk about your favorite we're gonna say story and not show. He's being funny with Matilda. Alice tried to go meet the Lord, but it wasn't as easy as she thought it would be. Okay, so Agnes is here, but that's not who I was trying to talk about. Matilda decided to just take the kids up here a little randomly, and she did want to chat with Richard, and she couldn't really leave the kids out at home because Alice isn't old enough to take care of all of them by herself. So she just brought the kids with her. And yeah, maybe they can talk to some of the others and get to know, maybe get to know Martin a little bit or something. So we're going to knock on the door and see if William's inside somewhere. He's always here, so it'd be crazy if this is the first time he's not here. He's not? He's always here. That's annoying. Oh, Alice, you haven't seen oh my god, it froze. No. But y'all, this is Mary, and as a teenager, yeah. This is Mary as a teenager. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. This is just her, actually, this is her cold outfit. I don't know why she's wearing this, but she must have been feeling a little chilly or something. I don't know. But Alice, you haven't spoken to Mary in so long. Come see how she's doing. Give her a hug. It's been so long. She's had a birthday. It's been some months since we've seen each other last. She's much bigger now. She's a teenager. She's grown. Yeah, here's what I was getting worried about. The toddlers are getting hungry again. They can't eat till the next day, but if they eat too early, they're going to be starving by that night. So I'm not going to feed them until the morning time because, yeah. The baby's getting hungry, but he's breastfed, so I'm not counting that as the whole eat once a day thing. But it will drive down Matilda's hunger, maybe. You're playing with him for once? Is this because he's the heir and you're trying to be different with him than you were with Alice? Because she is, like, she gets really sad around Alice now, and not for, but it's from the, oh, I've been too strict, moodlet. So maybe she's trying to make up for that with Simon, seeing as he's heir to the family. I have no idea. I've never seen her do that with any of the kids before, though. But let's head back home. There's nothing left for us to do here. Okay, so this is, what year is it? This is, well, we're going into 1316. So I'm going to do like a culling of the world to see like who's passing from the famine before 1317, that final day when I roll for our household. So I just did day one of the culling, like it's Hunger Games. The Gee family's still untouched. Even the horse is still there. Like all these guys are alive and thriving for now. They have 2 more years to survive this though. Jensen, I feel so bad for her because when it first touched down, her eldest son and youngest son died. And then when I just did it, her husband and remaining child died. So she's alone. So her whole family passed from the famine, which is really, really sad, actually. I didn't touch them because they're middle class. Didn't touch these guys because they're the lords. And these guys are also middle class. These guys are like lower middle, but I'm going to consider it like they're well off enough to not starve to death. But they face more like food insecurity than like starvation. And yeah, there's no more peasants in the world. Oh, yes. Agnes lost her youngest son. So that infant boy we just saw is passed away now. But she still has her first son and Mary are still alive. And then the Shearers, who is Robert's family, and Robert is the boy that likes Alice, his mother and baby brother just died from the famine. So we've had a bit of death in the village. And then we're going to see what happens at the end of 1316. And then 1317 will be the year we roll for our dear family. And by gods, do I hope they're fine. I've already rolled for the rest of the world. And I'm not going to keep rolling for them because they're not here and I don't care. So yeah, I'm going to hop back in 1316 because 1315 was really quick.